Welcome back. So starting off with primer today, the Nivea Aftershave Balm in the original formula. We're just going to smooth that all over the face and let it get tacky before we move into foundation. Today though, we're going to use the Lumi Glotion from L'Oreal, and we're going to use that as sort of a secondary primer to give us some luminosity and glow. This look is all about the glow today. And then for foundation today, we're going to use the Matte and Poreless from the Maybelline FitMe foundations. This one has a little bit more coverage, and I've just been feeling the more coverage look lately, so we're going to use this, and I'm using shade 122. Sorry, I'm going to be sniffling all through this voiceover because I'm a little bit sick right now, but I wanted to get this one up for you guys for a nice glossy Valentine's Day look. So for color correcting today, we're going to use the LA Girl ProConceal in Peach. This one is really, I love the consistency. If you can find these LA Girl concealers, they're so good. I'm just going to tap that in with my finger. It's nice and lightweight, but it gives you like a really nice glow. If you have dark circles, try this one in Peach. It's so good. And then for full coverage concealer today, we're going to use the Master Conceal mixed with a little bit of the FitMe. Mostly I'm just using the FitMe for the applicator more than anything because the Master Conceal is in that little squeezy tube and I just can't use that. So just putting that in all the usual places, going for a super contoured and highlighted look today, and then using the Real Technique sponge to just blend that all in. I love this concealer because it's really full coverage. I've never really used it on its own before, but since I'm sick, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go for it. And I love it. I love the way it came out. And then to set today / bake, we're going to use the Rimmel Silky Loose Setting Powder. Using a kabuki brush, we're just going to put this under the eyes in those same sort of triangle shapes to set the concealer. Around the mouth we're going to bake, and then honestly just like I bake the whole face with this. Not quite like laying on that much, but just buffing it around. And then today I wanted to contour, so using the MegaGlo contouring palette from Wet n Wild in Dulce de Leche. I absolutely love this contour shade. It's a little bit warmer than maybe you would normally want to go for a contour, which means like just putting those shadows in before your bronzer, but I love it. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And then for bronzer today, the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula. I'm using this one in Deep Bronze. I absolutely love this bronzer. It gives you such a nice, radiant, healthy glow. If you're not into like a high highlighted look, this bronzer will give you like a nice, healthy glow, and you don't have to layer highlighter on top of it. And then I'm using a nice coral peachy blush today. So this is a Revlon blush. I feel like I've had this in my collection for like 10 years, but I needed something coral kind of tone. So it's got great color payoff. I love it. It's not too pigmented. It's great. And then for highlighter today, the Master Chrome highlighters from Maybelline. This is the highlight of the look, which is it's a highlight. The Master Chrome highlighters are unbelievable. I mix Molten Gold and Molten Rose Gold together to get like the perfect shade, and I love it. I put it everywhere. I started dragging it like sort of onto my eyelids as well as my brow bone recently, and I love that. And then CoverGirl TruNaked palette in Roses. So starting off with just like the light transition shade, which is just like a light matte pink shade. We're going to smooth out the crease and the eyelids and just start kind of building a little bit of definition in there before we go in with some darker shades. This is going to be a pretty simple eye, but it's really effective and sort of like romantic because of the tones that we're using. So we're going into the rosy, sort of like shimmery, glittery shade. This is such a beautiful shade. I'm not even using it wet today, which I do use this shade wet quite a bit. Today though, we're just gonna nice and softly wash it all over the lid. Like I said, this is gonna be a very, very simple eye look. And then once we've got that all nice and blended all over the lid, I'm going back into the lightest shade, the shimmer shade, and putting that on the inner corner and the inner half of the lid just to give like some definition and to really bring this up a notch. Also on the brow bone and the lip, just to bring all of those highlights together and make it like really high intensity. I love putting it down the nose as well, just like that. And then we're going to go into that matte sort of rosy lilac shade with a nice fluffy crease brush and just blend everything around. We're not going to spend too much time on this. We're just going to blend it all so that the shimmers don't look crazy, basically, and bring those lilac shades up into the eyes. Just dragging out a little bit on the outer corners. Nothing crazy, just keep it simple. These are really easy to blend. And then just taking sort of like a fluffy pencil brush and doing the same thing under the eyes. We're going to go in with the darkest shade first. This has like the most beautiful reflect in it. This color, you have to see it in real life. It is so beautiful. Just running that on the lash line right tight. And then we're going to go in with the crease shade, which is that sort of rosy lilac shade, and blend that out nicely. This will give you just like the easiest sort of stunning eye. It's like just a little bit of darkness in the lashes and then blending it out with your crease shade. Like, it's so pretty, especially in real life. And then a little bit of that shimmer, that rosy tone shimmer on the inner half, and then the lightest shade just on top of that. This look is really made to look beautiful up close in person. Just adding a little bit more highlight on here, kind of the finishing touches of the thing, making sure everything looks seamless and put together. My favorite drugstore lip gloss is the Revlon Lustrous Lip in Rosy Future. And then I felt like the cheeks needed to be a little bit more pink. The coral wasn't really kind of jiving, so we used the Mosaic blush and all you need is pink. And then just throwing on my favorite mascara. This is the Maybelline Lash Sensational in Black is Black. And then for brows, just brushing a little bit of brow gel through my brows today, keeping it very simple again. Make Me Brow from Essence. Loving it, loving it, loving it. So that's it for classy, very, very simple, sort of romantic vibes. It's Valentine's Day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you on the next one.